Welcome everyone, this is Dom, your host on Kerbal Realism. Today we are, I don't even know what episode it is, but today is a very big mission that we've been working on getting to. Today we are going to the moon. We are leaving Kerbin's atmosphere, we are leaving Kerbin's sphere of influence, and we are going to the moon, or Mun, whatever you want to call it. Today we had a contract that we wanted to complete for exploring the moon, so we are going to achieve orbit, get scientific data from the surface and space around, and land on the moon. And also we might as well complete this one as well. And I have updated a few of my mods, so they kind of rejumble some of the products that we get to use sometimes. So the tech trees kind of change. So we're going to go ahead and just grab some of these. These are from, I'm pretty sure they're from KSP Interstellar. These are the deprecated lights. Okay. And the funny part is as you can tell, the node that we were trying to unlock before to get the solar panels from, solar panels actually moved back to back here, so we could have been to the moon last episode if I had the current updates of the mods that I'm using. So let's go ahead and take a look at our vessel for this trip. Here it is. This is Munshot 1, as I call it. It is bare bones, in my opinion, of what we could actually do on this trip. What I wanted to do, because of our... actually, no, we'll be fine. We are going to go ahead and just launch this guy up, and we'll see what we can do with him, if we can survive. I've actually made a couple tweaks to him since I've tested him last, so... Oh, and we want to send Bill to the moon. We don't want to send Jeb. Actually, you know what? Let's send Desden. We saved Desden last time, so we'll send Desden up to the moon. Yeah, let's go ahead and launch him. Woohoo! Going to the moon. This ship is expected to go to the moon, collect science from the moon and above the moon, and also to make it back home and collect all the science, all in one trip. No docking or anything along those lines. That's what we're going to do today. 3, 2, 1, blast off. It's so pretty. And we are actually leaving the Kerbal Space Center basically at the perfect time. If we are just as we get into orbit, we are only about a minute away from actually burning towards the moon. If we actually wanted to set up that burn, as soon as we get up there, we'll see it. We currently have, on this, we don't have the fuel exchanger things, or the fuel hoses, so we couldn't make this a little bit more, I guess the word I'm looking for is better, more efficient in our burns here. I like to use the fuel transmission lines to make my ascending stages, or our escape stages, a little bit more efficient. Ooh, yes! Perfect. That actually worked better than I was expecting. And those will fall to the ground, and they have parachutes on, so they should recover. As soon as we get a little notification, we'll look at those. I'm going to go ahead and do our first maneuver, which is our gravity turn. Go ahead and blast up these engines. There we go. Stage recovered. All 4 stages were recovered. Well, that whole stage was recovered, so each one of those rockets were recovered for more monies. So we should get a refund from those. Let's see how much money we get per. 1,500. Cool. Excellent. And these rockets that we are using to get into orbit on the sides, they should basically fall off, or we should jettison them more or less out of Kerbin's atmosphere, but not in an orbit yet. So we are going to still be working to get an orbit with this main stage in the center. Ooh, I think I almost tipped over a little bit too much there. And these will re-enter, and they have parachutes on them as well, so I'm going to hope that we can recover maybe 2 of them. That would be good for me. This rocket costs like a lot of money, so it's like 14,000 or something like that. So I'd like to get some of that back, because we will be leaving some debris on the surface of the moon. And there we are. There's our first burn. We are currently leaving the atmosphere of Kerbin. Here's our apoapsis, 80,000. We can actually look at it on our flight engineer, or Kerbal engineer here. Now, when we reach orbit here, Desden will be burning. I don't like this up. There's no point to have this. Desden will be burning to round out his orbit in our prograde direction. And according to my last video, I was really, really bad with knowing what all of my lingo was, so I made sure that I had my coffee this morning so I actually can use the correct lingo. I always record these things basically as early in the morning as I can, when the house is relatively quiet and I'm not disturbing anybody. We are in orbit. Well, sorry, we are out of Kerbin's atmosphere now. So we're going to power up until our prograde vector reaches just around the horizon there. Time to apoapsis, 10 seconds. So we're going to start burning towards it. And we will try to maintain about a 4 to 2 second time to apoapsis by just kind of pushing our nose of our rocket around here and there. We will run out of fuel in this stage in 3, 2, 1. Gone. There we go. And we lost our time to apoapsis, but we'll be fine. There those go. They will re-enter the atmosphere, and we will get a notification saying if they were destroyed or if they survived. And let's go ahead and round out our orbit here, because it's beautiful from this view. Wow. Just about to reach our rounding. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so just about around orbit, just right above Kerbin's atmosphere. And there they go. All the debris. I know how to say debris. I just like to use the word debris. We are, first of all, going to do a EVA report. Board. There we go. I don't think we got any science from that, but maybe we will be able to recover it, just the data itself, and that would keep our contract in suit. Okay, so we need to set up a maneuver about 2 minutes from now to head to the moon. Boop. There we go. Moon interaction would be excellent. So 67 kilometers above the moon surface is an excellent periaps. So in 2 minutes we will be burning towards our node there. So let's go ahead and get ourselves more or less positioned to where we think we will need to be. And time accelerate. And this burn should take about half a minute approximately. And there's the moon, came over the horizon. And your best bet, and if you don't really know exactly when you want them to burn, is number one, you want to use those, what are those things called? The planning, the maneuver nodes. Plan your maneuvers. Actually, this will take a minute to burn to it, so we're a little bit late. Nope. We got our stage recoveries. We have 3 recovered and 1 destroyed, which is actually better than I was expecting, because they had to re-enter the atmosphere. So, yeah, so the best opinion when to burn for the moon is basically burn towards the horizon as soon as the moon comes over the horizon, or use your maneuver nodes, of course. Let's take a look and see how much we lost. We lost 5,000 monies in one of them and regained 4,600, 4,600, 4,600 from the others. Excellent. That actually makes me very, very happy. So that means we are close to easily breaking even for this mission, especially if we recover just a little teeny bit of science on the moon. I will be happy. Let's take a look, and we will adjust this now from this view here. Just kind of start burning until we see, oop, there we go. And we are now going to impact the moon. So I actually burned a little bit too much. Boop, 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 boop. I really do enjoy having a flight stick and foot pedals for my pitch and yaw controls and roll, so I don't actually use any of the keyboard for controlling my crafts anymore. So periaps, 69 kilometers. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to cut here, and we are going to catch back up with you when we get to the moon's sphere of influence. I'll see you then. Welcome! We are at the moon. Well, we're kind of flying by the moon. So, if we do not do anything about our trajectory now, since we are now at the moon, or mun, if you want to put it that way, we will definitely be shot in a direction we don't want to go, which is back out in an orbit around Kerbin. So I set up a nice little maneuver node to basically give us a nice circularized orbit around Mun. We're going to go ahead and speed up to that target, which is in 53 minutes, and now 15 minutes. 13, 12. So we're going to burn retrograde here, and, well, more or less retrograde. To go over to the marker. A little bit of a backstory here for this specific mission. I actually am recording the 2 parts of this mission. So the first scene that you saw and this one, almost about 2 weeks, I think now, are in between the 2 parts. It's been quite a while. I actually had to watch the footage from the last one before I did this one, just in case I mentioned something that I needed to cover here. And we got ourselves all lined up on our maneuver node there. Ooh, this thing is pretty. It's been 2 weeks since I made this and really haven't looked at it. It's very pretty. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get to about 10 seconds. Yep, that's good. Let's start burning. Make sure we follow the maneuver node mostly the whole time. Best we can. There we go. And just about good. Let's track it over there a little bit. Boop. Awesome. Excellent. Now we are in an orbit around the Mun, with our apoaps at 29 kilometers and our periaps at 65 kilometers. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more maneuvers to get us to a landing, and I will see you guys then. And we're back in a descent over the Mun. Desden is going to be the first Kerbin in the save file to to land on the Mun today. And let's see if we can't pull up our Kerbal Engineer real fast. There we are. With respect to the surface is what I like to change everything to, so our nav ball, etc. Let's go ahead and take a look at our descent here. We will be descending into this humongous crater on this side, mostly for the light and number 2 for the escape. We'll go over that whenever we get to that point. I just noticed something. The flags really aren't like part of the vessel. They just kind of like glitch out. Same with whatever's going on here. I'm not really worried about it. Let's see, 24,000 kilometers. Oh, sorry, 24,000 meters. I always do that. Let's go ahead and just get a little bit closer to the ground here. We're going to try to use as much fuel in this can as we can before we land, because we're going to need as much as we possibly can when we leave. Okay, I think that's good there. I want to land basically right under where we are now. So we're we're going to go ahead and fire retrograde here. Make our descent as vertical as possible. We'll probably bring our retrograde vector to the vertical as best we can. And it looks like it's going. And it should be almost there. If not now. Cool. And just about vertical. Excellent. Time to impact 20 seconds. That is actually going to be a little bit wrong because I will be burning intermittently. Excellent. Keep myself on the retrograde here. Cool, we are just about hovering over the surface now. It looks like our angle is going to be okay. Oh, actually, no, sorry. Where's the impact slope? Yeah, 4 degrees isn't that bad, I don't think. The slope. Let's bring ourselves to vertical if we can. We're 2,200 meters. Actually, that's a little bit close. We are going to go ahead and jettison that. Bring out our landing gear, please. Point ourselves upwards and slow ourselves down a little bit so that this thing can kind of get out of our way. Go, and a soft landing. Excellent. A little bit of a bounce. Perfect, perfect. We are on the surface. We're facing the wrong way, but we're on the surface. Oh man. So that is 2 parameters finished. Land on the moon. We got 60 reputation for that and a lot of money. And we achieved orbit, which we did earlier. You're going to get some science. Mystery goo from the northwest crater. Goo seems to be less dense here. 40 science, northwest crater. Gotta remember that. Let's do it from this side. You leave the sample bay doors open and go do something else for a while. 100 science. Northwest crater. Let's do a crew report. Record the crew's assessment of the situation. Well, that's useful. 20 science. And we're going to do an EVA report. Just above Mun's northwest crater. 24 science. Put that inside. We will jump off and activate our jetpack thingy here. I didn't put a ladder on this mostly because I don't own ladders yet, and yeah, it's not very cool if you don't own the ladders. I'm going to do this, turn ourselves. Ooh, Desmond looks really happy to be here. We're going to take a surface sample. We got 120 science from the northwest crater. The ground material appear to be a combination of basaltic rock and I have no clue. Plant a flag, and you're gonna face the wrong way, of course. Like always. Bloop. And there's the flag. Ooh. 1 northwest crater. I don't know if that's hyphenated, but I will. Woohoo! We made it! And we'll do an EVA report from down here. And start to say something dramatic and I can't speak, about the plight of Kerbal kind in this grand universe, but only to be cut off by random radio chatter. That situation is nominal. This game is rocking. Okay, up we go. And we gotta go back inside so we can get out of here. We're gonna try to do the whole mission in this episode. It'd be great if I could do that. Cool. So we got all of our science stored in here. Review stored data. EVA report from Mun's crater, just above Kerbin's water, I guess. Just above Mun's northwest crater, and surface sample. Keep. Excellent. We'll go ahead and get rid of the Kerbal engineer for now. So what we need to do, since we have landed on the Mun, and we're done here, we need to get him home safely with the little bit of fuel that we have in this tank. Now, that means we need to escape the moon and bring our orbit down to Kerbin's atmosphere to take us a little bit slower, and we will hopefully not die in a fiery explosion. So we are going to quick save here. Oops, F12. Oop, no, no, wrong. Wrong. It's been a while since I played this game. F8, F5. There it is, F5. That's the one for quick save. We are going to go ahead and blast ourselves off and point in any direction. I don't know exactly which way we want to go. Hopefully we're going the right way. We are not. We'll go this way then. The 90 is what I was looking for. I should have been smart about this. So I did waste a little bit of fuel. Fly off in this direction. Get our engineer up again. So we want our apoapsis to be humongous. And we want it to basically go out in this direction. So I want my apoapsis to be way out here. Kind of towards the escape node. Escape vector. And hopefully we can get to that point. Oh, and we need to do our mystery goo from around the moon. On space near the moon. The goo feels right at home here. I guess they found goo that, like, lived on the moon before they went to the moon. That'd be weird. Okay, our apoapsis is growing very rapidly, which is exactly what I needed. Oop, and we're going the wrong way. Push it out a little bit more towards the actual node this way. Or sorry, towards this direction. This line in space. Excellent. And we will keep burning until we see our apoapsis get lower. Let's see if our fuel will make it. I think we should be okay on fuel. And just about there. Perfect. Awesome. This is going to be great. Cool. I can't believe we actually made it out. So the way that we have designed this guy for re-entry is a little bit unique, I guess. We are going to ditch this whole bottom can here. As soon as we get close to Kerbin, it will burn up in the atmosphere. I don't really need this life support stuff anymore. If we know we're going to be hitting the atmosphere and actually descending, because we will need these life support things, if per se. If we end up in another orbit around Kerbin because we didn't bring our delta V down enough. So that's kind of what we're going to have to do. Boop, 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 boop. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves out of the moon. Hopefully we're going to end up right around here on the orbit. Bloop. Awesome. So what's our real... Oh, periapsis 54. That's just about what we were looking at before. We're going to burn a little bit retrograde here. Just a smidgen. To bring our periapsis to about 38.5 is fine. Yeah, it looks good to me. And that will potentially allow us to enter the atmosphere without extremely burning ourselves. And we might actually have to enter again. So we'd enter, exit, probably go another orbit around, and then enter again. So let's go ahead and do that. And like we were going to do before, we're going to actually quick save because we got out of here. We're going to zoom from this perspective. Come on, guys. Zoom faster. I guess my solar panels aren't facing the horizon. So I've been losing electricity. And I don't need that. I need them to gain electricity for me. Bloop. It's very, very long journey home. If you can imagine, it's going to take hours and hours and hours. We've already been in this mission for 2 days, 2 hours, almost 3 hours. It's going to take another hour and a half to get us near Kerbin. And when we get close enough to the surface, which we are just about, we are descending quite fast at, I can't even figure, vertical speed 1.5 kilometers per second. That's astounding. And we are going to get a little bit closer, burn retrograde with whatever we got left in here. Hopefully it's not too less to bring down our periaps. We just want to bring our periaps down a little bit further than it already is. We want to do this right when we get inside the atmosphere, I think. There we go, just in the atmosphere. Tip ourselves over. Burn right around. If I remember correctly, we want to burn this way. Let's make sure we're not screwing anything up here. Yeah, that's just about the direction. We want to go over the node to maintain our periapse height best we can. And we brought our apoapse down to 6 million kilometers, 6 million meters, and that brought us down just a little bit. So that's exactly what I really wanted to do here. In this pass, we might bring our speed down just a little bit. That's kind of what I want to do, and we want to kind of point this towards where we're going, so that would burn up first, if anything were to burn up. Hopefully it brings our apoapse down enough. We might have to make another pass, but I want to slow down before we re-enter, and that's kind of the point of doing this. Yes, this is perfect. This is just about perfect. 35,000 is, I think, the perfect height for doing this. There we go. We're leaving. We brought down our orbit to there, so it'll only take us another hour to come back around. We did skim off the atmosphere, but we did bring our speed down a significant amount, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So we're going to speed ourselves up again as soon as we get above 70,000. Let's go ahead and physical warp here. And that's perfect. Let's bring ourselves around. Perfect. And next time we enter, we are actually going to ditch our bottom stage here. So it's going to stop us. There it goes. We're going to ditch our bottom stage. And that should be, I'm just going to double check. That should be this decoupler, right? Yes, it should be. There that goes. And that goes our life support stuff. So bye-bye life support. I think we actually have, if we turn on our life support, yeah, we have 2 days worth of oxygen and food. I always bring extras, lots of extras, just in case we get stranded somewhere. This is excellent. So we're gonna hopefully bring down our apoapse height here. And this has shielding on the bottom. It has the 1.25 meter heat shield on it, so that should definitely be able to reduce the amount of heat we are experiencing. The only thing I'm having an issue with is these mystery goo containments. Our canisters here have a really good chance of exploding, unless we can guarantee that we were going to be re-entering, or that we bring our apoapses to under 0. Oh, and it will. Good, 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 good. We are going to be re-entering. Perfect. So, not apoapsis, periapsis is what I meant to say. So what I want to do now is actually, we're going to jettison the bottom stage here, and it will be picked up by stage recovery. So there that goes, and it is currently stuck on us, so we're going to try to finagle it. Oh no, there goes the heat shield. That was bad. That was really bad. And there goes our parachutes. Nope, we're going to quick load. Whew. Whew. That was close. That was real close. I'm going to do that again and we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. And this time I left the bottom stage on. I'm not sure if I did that before the quick load. But whatevers. We are going to go ahead and get rid of that. I have to move the staging around this time. See? I pretend to be smart. I don't know what stage we're currently on, but there we are. Okay. When we jettison that, we want to activate this parachute. Excellent. I didn't do any of the staging ahead of time, which was stupid of me. And we'll go ahead and turn off SAS there. I guess we can leave it on. We actually will be re-entering and allowing our... Wow, that's actually getting atmospheric effects. It's amazing. It's kind of light. I think that's why. That's why we're passing it. So when we go into the atmosphere, this heat shield should be fairly warm. Once we slow down enough to be on a re-entry vector, we will be jettisoning this bottom science can, mostly because the parachutes can't hold them as is, and also they're kind of off-center. So once we kind of get lower to the ground, we'll jettison this bottom. It will float down by itself, and the top will float by down. The command pod will float down by itself as well. They'll land close to each other, though, hopefully. Boop, 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 boop. Well, to speed up time a little bit. Make this a little bit easier on ourselves. Okay. And our apoapsis is definitely decreasing here. Whenever it falls behind us and our periap starts to fall significantly, which it is now, there we go. We are currently going to be landing on Kerbin. There we go. And there's our debris that fell behind us earlier. It probably doesn't have atmospheric effects. It's probably going to go ahead and go back out into space and be out there forever. Mostly because we weren't close enough to it, I don't think. Ooh, that parachute is getting a lot of heat. That's probably not a good thing. Eek. What about these guys? The goo containers. Goo containers, okay. I'm going to go ahead and spin ourselves over. Hopefully we're not using too much electricity doing this. We should be okay on that. What happens if we turn off SA? There it is, okay. So it's definitely sorting itself out. Once we get out of this high heat areas, we should be okay. Re-entry is a very dangerous thing. Horizontal speed is decreasing, which is exactly what we need to see. And our vertical speed is increasing, which is not exactly what we want, but parachutes are there for our vertical speed. Okay. We're going to do that, actually. And actually, no, we'll just stage them all together. The bottom should lose its heat shield. We should detach. We should deploy our parachute. They should deploy their parachute. And all should be hunky-dory. And I think we'll be able to land this bad boy as soon as we can. Okay. And we are going to, according to this, be landing in the grasslands, which is, I think, a biome I've already done. So I don't think I have to do any science there. And we're landing in the light, which is amazing. Always a good thing to see. And our impact time is 29 seconds, which is decreasing a little bit slower than it should. I don't think it can compensate for all the calculations it's doing with the atmosphere and such. So this is a little bit off. Keep going, keep going. There we go. We are descending a little bit faster than I wanted to. So we are just about to jettison, and here we go. Separate. There we go. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to see. Tilt it over a little bit for that to happen. That should be falling a little bit slower than us. There is our heat shield. It served us very well. And our parachute will open much before the science modules does. And it should kind of catch up a little bit. A little bit, at least. And we get to watch heat shield plummet and hit the ground and explode, hopefully. Bloop, 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 bloop. Wow, that's farther down than I thought. Boom. Awesome. Let's go ahead and speed ourselves up. I want to see this deploy first. There that goes. Perfect. Excellent. And we should be hitting the ground a little bit, I think a little bit sooner than Ooh, wow, that was fast. I was not expecting that. Oh, okay, cool. Data recovered on Mystery... Okay. So, I guess stage recovery took over on that one. Yes, it did. Recovered all the science. We got 10 data, 25 data. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed. So, stage recovery took over on recovering that stage, I guess. And we're going to recover this guy. Look at all the stuff we got. And the next episode, we will spend our earnings. 227 science just in the capsule, it looks like. Yep, surface sample, EVA, crew report. So that's excellent. 227 just from the capsule. We got all of the parts here. Stage recovery got everything we needed. I think we got all of our contracts complete, if I remember correctly. Let's look at those as well. We got science data from space around Kerbin, which is exactly what we were looking for. Hi, Ethan. We got a lot of money for that. 1 science, a lot of reputation. We are in this blue area, which is don't know what that does. Perfect. Stage recovery, we saw that already. Explore the moon, perfect. Explore the moon, perfect. And explore the moon. Oh, yeah, transmit and receive data from the surface of the moon. I wonder if we completely... Oh, yes, we did. We got all of our active thingies. Whatever they're called. Cool. Here we go. That is the end of this episode. We have unlocked a humongous amount of awesome contracts here. Explore Dune, explore Ike, explore Minmus. Position a polar satellite. Ooh, that sounds fun. Science data from the surface of the moon again. This is going to be excellent. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.